السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا زدنا علما. اللهم نسألك الإخلاص والقبول وأن تنفعنا اللهم بما نقول. اللهم أمين. وبعد. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Tajweed 101 simple step-by-step Tajweed course that enables you inshallah to learn how to read the Quran properly inshallah. Welcome, my name is Maghfera and I am an online Quran teacher, and you are watching Maghfera 101, the place to learn, know and understand how to read the Quran properly inshallah and understand its meaning. And today inshallah we're going to continue the last lesson, which is about the summary of the Arabic letters, about their articulation points and their characteristics. So let's see it. Okay, the last lesson we did until letter Dhal, so let's move now to the new letter, which is letter Ra. And letter Ra, as you know, that it is articulated from the tip of the tongue while it is hitting the roof of the gums, just beneath the lam articulation point, and it is characterized by openness. Open means that the sound should be pushing outside, no compression of the sound to be inside. The tongue should be lowered and maybe elevated, as you know that, maybe Ra and maybe Ri or Ra, so maybe lowered or elevated, and it is having in between, mediation or tawassut. So tawassut means that the sound, part of the sound is kept inside the mouth or blocked with the tongue, and the other part of the sound is pushed or is going outside the mouth. And the last characteristic for Ra is audibility, so no pushing air on reading Ra, so no don't feel the air while reading letter Ra. Make sure just push sound. And the last characteristic for Ra, which has no opposite, which is the repetition. So Ra is characterized by repetition. This is from the 8 characteristics. The second letter, which is letter Zay, and letter Zay is articulated from the tip of the tongue with the inner part of the lower teeth, inner side of the lower teeth. This is producing the Zay letter, and it is opened. Opened means no compression of the sound inside, lowered, no elevation for the tongue, no sound elevation towards the roof of the mouth, softness, so the sound is running as like this. Audibility, no air on reading it, don't push air like as it will closer to the scene when you push air on reading letter Z. So make sure to control the air to be in and to withdraw the air to be in, and that will be controlled while you are tighten your stomach. That will be helpful for you to able to control the air to be in. And the last thing that we have on that Zai, the characteristics that has no opposite, is the whistle sound. So it is from the letters that has the characteristic of whistle, as like this. The second thing, or the second letter, is letter Sheen, and letter Sheen is articulated from the tip of the tongue with the lower teeth, or the inner part of the lower teeth, like this part, and the sound is escaping between the upper and lower teeth, and it is characterized by openness, no compression inside, lowered, the sound is going down, no need for elevating the back of the tongue and no need to elevate the sound up. The softness, so the sound is running like S, like this. And the last one, whisper, so there is air exhaled outside while we read that Sheen sound, S. The last characteristic for Sheen that has no opposite, this is the whistle sound. Okay, so S, Sheen is from the letters that has a whistle sound, and this is the characteristics and the articulation point for Sheen. Let's go now for the Sheen letter. And Sheen, as you know, that it is articulated from the middle of the tongue when it is elevated to be closer to the roof of the mouth, and the sound spread outside and making the ash sound. So its characteristics is openness, no sound compression inside, the tongue is lowered, no need for elevating the sound up or the tongue up, softness, so the sound is running, ash. Whisper, there is exhaling air while we read the Sheen sound, ash, because sakata fahathahu shakhs, these are the whisper letters. And the last thing that we have is spreading out, and this characteristic talking about the spreading of the sound when we read letter Sheen, and this is only characterized for letter Sheen, ash, like this. The next thing that we have is letter Sod, and letter Sod is articulated from the tip of the tongue when it touches the inner part of the lower teeth, and the sound is going between upper and lower teeth, but we have to elevate the back of the tongue. So it is characterized by adhering, so the sound compressed inside the mouth. So saw, as, saw. Make sure to elevate the back of the tongue and do the compression for the sound. The second thing is elevation, so the back of the tongue is up and the sound direction is up. Saw, like this. The next thing is softness. Softness means the sound is running, as, like this. And the next thing is the whisper. Whisper because sad is from the letters that we exhale air while reading it, as, there is an air. And the last characteristic for sad that has no opposite is the whistle sound, as, like this. The next letter that we have is letter Dad, and Dad letter is articulated from the edges of the tongue, the whole edges of the tongue on both sides, and the tip of the tongue as well. So it is characterized by adhering, so the sound is compressed here inside, like this. There's elevation, so the back of the tongue is up and the sound goes up. The softness means that the sound is running, this is softness, no cutting sound for Dad. And the last thing is audibility, and this is from the characteristic that has an opposite. We don't have to push air while reading Dad. If you find that you push air, you know that you do something wrong. Just withdraw the air to be in and just push the sound only without air. And the last characteristic of the Dad letter, which has no opposite, is the elongation. Elongation, we explain it about the colloiding, or the movement or sliding of the tongue on the roof of the mouth due to the sound compression inside, and this is the elongation, and it's just only characterized for Dad letter. The next letter is letter Ta, and letter Ta is articulated from the tip of the tongue when it is hitting the roof or the elevated area of the while elevating the back of the tongue. So Ta is characterized by adhering, so the sound is compressed inside, elevated, so the back of the tongue is up and the sound goes up. Strength, so the sound is cut because the tip of the tongue is touching the gums already. So Ta, the sound is cut so that it's strength. And the last thing is audibility, so no need to push air on Ta, so don't say to, no Ta sound, it's Ta, just sound. And the last characteristic for the Ta, which has no opposite, it's qalqala sound. The next letter that we have for today is Va letter, and Va is articulated from the tip of the tongue when it is located between upper and lower teeth, and the sound goes between these two upper and lower teeth, like this. And it is characterized by adhering, so the sound is compressed here, and elevation, so the back of the tongue should be up and the sound goes up as well. Softness, because the sound is running, like this. And the audibility means that no need to push air on reading the Va, just push sound, like this. I think that is enough for today. Just let's stop here. Next lesson we continue بإذن الله تعالى. جزاكم الله خيرا for watching. Catch you the next lesson بإذن الله تعالى. سبحانك اللهم ربنا وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.